What it is, YouTube, it's your boy Chris. Thank you guys so much for tuning back into the channel. Today is Thursday, so you know what that means today. We got another Throwback Thursday pay-per-view review on our hands today. And today, we are going to review the 2010 Royal Rumble pay-per-view. I just finished watching it last night. And let me say this now. Going back to those days, I just love those days. Yeah, it sure was a PG era. Yeah, it was. But nonetheless, this Royal Rumble, this Pacific Royal Rumble, the 2010 Rumble, was literally one of the greatest comeback stories ever. You guys remember Edge back in 2009 torn his Achilles on his foot, and he was supposed to miss, I believe, like more than a year, more than like a year and a half. I don't know the timetable for that, but an Achilles injury, it's a serious career-threatening injury. And the fact that Edge came back from that injury and entered the Royal Rumble really does say a lot about him. Now, I think he came back in about like 6, 7, 8 months when he was supposed to miss like more than a year and a half. Really does tell you how Edge really is. And you know, if you guys saw it, you know Edge had the full beard. You know, I was shocked to see that. Edge rocking a full beard. Great stuff, great shit. But other than that, man, I thought this Rumble pay-per-view was a really good pay-per-view. Especially back then in those days. Now with this Royal Rumble, it's just fucking predictable. Nobody honestly thought that Edge was gonna come back. Not even win the Rumble. Nobody thought Edge was gonna come back, period, after the injury he suffered. And that makes me respect Edge a whole lot more. As you guys know, I think, in my honest opinion, I think Edge is one of the greatest of all time. My honest opinion. But we're going to go over the Rumble pay-per-view review here on this Thursday, January 17th, 2019. If you guys enjoyed these Throwback Thursday pay-per-view reviews, guys, smash that like button as hard as you possibly can. Be sure to also comment down below what you guys thought of the 2010 Royal Rumble, how you guys felt about Edge coming back, and do you guys want to see more of these Throwback Thursday pay-per-view reviews? Also, guys, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Turn that bell for all notifications. If you guys missed my Raw, SmackDown, and NXT review, those 3 links to those videos will be down below in the description. Go, guys, check that out. We got a not bad episode of Monday Night Raw. SmackDown was just complete terrible. And NXT, it did its job. But we'll go over the entire Rumble card. Let's begin it. Royal Rumble 2010 was the 23rd annual event, pay-per-view, professional wrestling pay-per-view event, produced by the World Wrestling Entertainment. It took place on January 31st, 2010. Kenny Omega contract. Just saying that. His contract will expire on January 31st. This event took place on January 31st, 2010 at the Phillips Arena in Atlanta, Georgia. And it featured talent from Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. And ECW. Not the real ECW. The WWE ECW brand. You know, the fake ECW. That. As has been customary since 1993, the winner of the Royal Rumble match will receive a championship match of his choice at WrestleMania, either the World Heavyweight Championship, the coveted WWE Championship, or the ECW Championship. Now, this event had 6 matches in the card. The main event was the annual 30-man Royal Rumble match, which featured wrestlers from all 3 brands. Also, we had Sheamus defending his WWE Championship against Randy Orton. We had the Undertaker versus Mysterio for the World Heavyweight Championship. We had the ECW Championship between Christian and Ezekiel Jackson. And that's about it. Am I missing another 2 more matches? I think I'm missing another 2 more matches. Yeah, I am. I missed, well, Mickie James defended her Women's Championship against McCool. The Miz defended the United States Championship against MVP. And there was a 10 Diva Tag Team match. Yeah, it was the term diva back then. My God. It was the Bella Twins, Eve Torres, Gail Kim, and Kelly Kelly against Alicia Fox, Jillian Hall, Kaylee Burchill, Maurice, and Natalia. Remember those names. Jesus Christ. If you guys remember those names, you're fucking old. Jesus Christ. But let's go over the event that took place. The 10 Women Divas match was not televised, so we're just going to discount that. Opening match will begin with Christian defending his ECW championship against Ezekiel Jackson, who was accompanied by now the NXT general manager, William Regal. Regal attempted to interfere, but the referee noticed, ejecting Regal from ringside. Christian executed the kill switch on Jackson to retain the ECW championship. This matchup, it was okay for what it was. I remember watching it last night. Obviously, I'm recording it for you guys today here on Thursday. The matchup was okay for what it was. I just wasn't really on to the ECW brand for back then. It was meh. I didn't really care for it. You know, I mean, ECW was dying, obviously. ECW was dying to its lasting breath, to be honest with you. Especially with how they kept it PG on ECW, which was horrible. Fucking horrible. But nonetheless, Christian retains the ECW championship over Ezekiel Jackson. Next, we got The Miz defending the United States Championship against Montel Vontavious Porter, MVP. As Theodore Long booked in a backstage segment at the MVP chase Miz into the ring, Miz pinned him with a small package to retain the title. I didn't really care about this matchup. Yeah, The Miz was back then a heel. Yeah. But also another heel-like person was MVP. I loved MVP when he was on SmackDown. Loved it. But nonetheless, The Miz retains the United States Championship over MVP. Didn't care about this matchup. Didn't really care. Third match. Sheamus defended his WWE Championship against Randy Orton. Now, this matchup was good. I love this matchup. Sheamus and Orton back then, they worked really, really well together. They really did. But I think this was the ending towards Legacy. Remember how Orton had that group called Legacy, that stable, you know, with Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase? Yeah. That was a really fine group. I remember Orton taking over 2009 with that group. He took over 2009. To this day, I still thought Orton should have won Superstar of the Year in 2009. You know how many times Orton won the championship that year? I think it was 3 or 4 times. Orton won the championship. He won the Rumble in 2009. He had that great angle with Vince McMahon in Chicago 6 days before the Rumble, which obviously made it predictable that Orton was going to win the Rumble that year. Had that main event match with Triple H at WrestleMania. Had that feud with Triple H at WrestleMania. And then from there, you know, he injured Batista. And then he had really great matches against John Cena back in 2009. I thought Orton low-key should have won Superstar of the Year in 2009. But this matchup was really good. I love this matchup, but ended in a DQ. Cody Rhodes interfered and attacked Sheamus, meaning Sheamus retained the title by disqualification. After the match, Orton confronted and attacked Rhodes. DiBiase came out, but was also attacked by Orton. Sheamus attacked Orton with a bro kick and celebrated his victory. I think Orton was turning babyface around this time. Yeah, I think after WrestleMania, yeah, Orton had a triple threat match against Rhodes and DiBiase at WrestleMania 26. Orton turned babyface. I just can't see Orton as a babyface. I just can't. Orton, and like I said with The Miz yesterday back on Tuesday on SmackDown Live Review, Orton is one of those natural born heels. I loved Orton's work when he was with Evolution. He was a heel. I love when he was with Legacy. He was a heel. We're getting this Randy Orton now in 2019 as a heel. Loved it. Love it. Sheamus retains the championship against Randy Orton by disqualification. Next up, we got Michelle McCool defended the women's championship. I'm sorry, I made a mistake here. Mickie James did not defend her championship. It was Michelle McCool. Michelle McCool defended the women's championship against Mickie James. This match lasted, how many minutes did this match lasted? 20 seconds. If you blinked, you missed it. Before the match began, McCool taunted James by calling her Piggy James and Layla. You forget? Did you remember Lay Cool? Lay Cool. Layla wore a fat suit to mock James. As the match started, Layla tried to attack James, but McCool accidentally executed a big boot on Layla. James took advantage and executed a Mick DDT and won the title in 20 seconds. Like I said, if you blinked, you missed it. Mickie James wins the Women's Championship over Michelle McCool. Lay Cool. Lay Cool. The fifth match featured The Undertaker, you know, the greatest superstar of all time, defended his World Heavyweight Championship against Rey Mysterio. I love this match. It had that David versus Goliath type match. You know, Taker was obviously David and Mysterio was Goliath. The matchup was really good. I love this matchup. This matchup was fantastic. Even though Taker had a bloody nose, which if you guys saw, Taker had that bloody nose. After counting a last ride, Mysterio executed 2 619s on The Undertaker. Mysterio attempted a splash, but Taker caught Mysterio and executed last ride to retain the title. Now, I love Mysterio's work. You know, Mysterio, if you saw that matchup against Andrade Cien on SmackDown Live on Tuesday, fantastic match. Fantastic match. Obviously, Rey here in 2010, he was still in his prime. And Taker, he was World Heavyweight Champion. Many people thought Taker was going to enter WrestleMania 26 as the World Heavyweight Champion. Obviously, for the first time, throughout Taker's entire career, let this be known, throughout Taker's entire career, he's never entered a WrestleMania as World Champion. That is hard to believe. Taker's entire storybook career never entered WrestleMania as the World Heavyweight Champion. Crazy. He never entered as a world champion. That's hard to believe. That's honestly hard to believe. But Taker retains the world title in a fantastic match against Rey Mysterio. That match lasted 11 minutes and 9 seconds. And was a good-ass match. Fantastic match. Finally, guys, main event. We got the main event was the Royal Rumble match. Obviously, you guys know two superstars begin the matchup. Every single 90 seconds, a superstar comes out until all 30 men participate. Winner gets a championship match at WrestleMania. Now, I will go over the entrance of 2010 Royal Rumble match. Dolph Ziggler came in at 1. Evan Bourne came in number 2. CM Punk came in at number 3. JTG came in at number 4. The Great Khali came in at 5. Beth Phoenix came in at number 6. Zack Ryder came in at 7. Triple H came out at 8. Drew McIntyre came in at number 9. Ted DiBiase comes in at 10. John Morrison comes in at number 11. Kane 12. Cody Rhodes number 13. Lucky 13. MVP comes in at 14. Carlito comes in at 15. Miz comes in at 16. Matt Hardy 17. Shawn Michaels 18. John Cena number 19. Shelton Benjamin came in number 20. Yoshitatsu. You guys remember Yoshitatsu? Came in number 21. Big Show comes in at 22. Mark Henry comes in at 23. Chris Masters, the masterpiece, comes in at 24. R-Truth 25. Jack Swagger 26. Kofi Kingston comes in at lucky 27. Chris Jericho comes in number 28. Edge, the returning Edge, came in number 29. And Batista came in at number 30. I love this Rumble. This Rumble match was amazing. It was really good. It was fantastic. I love this Rumble. But if you guys know, Edge had a Achilles injury, and he came back in. I think he torn it around the summer. I think he torn it around June or July of 2009, around that summer of 2009. He came back in January. I don't know how the man did it, but the man did it. He came back after so long of an injury, came back and won the Royal Rumble match. Edge only eliminated two superstars. He eliminated Chris Jericho and John Cena to win the Royal Rumble match. Edge ended up facing Chris Jericho for the World Heavyweight Championship. I will go over the aftermath of it. After failing to win the Rumble match, and losing in the Elimination Chamber qualifying match to Randy Orton, Shawn Michaels cost the Undertaker the World Heavyweight Championship against Chris Jericho in a SmackDown Elimination Chamber match at the pay-per-view. As a result, Michaels challenged Taker to a rematch of their WrestleMania 25 match at WrestleMania 26. Taker agreed on the term that if Shawn lost, he would retire from professional wrestling. The stipulation was added to that match that would be considered under no disqualification and no countout rule. At WrestleMania, Undertaker defeated Shawn Michaels to extend his WrestleMania winning streak to 18-0, and Michaels was forced to retire. As a result of winning the 2010 Royal Rumble match, Edge earned the opportunity to wrestle for a World Championship of his choosing at WrestleMania 26 after Jericho won the World Heavyweight Championship from The Undertaker inside the chamber. Edge announced that he would wrestle Jericho for the title. Now, when Edge was injured, Edge and Jericho was the tag team champions. Yeah, Jericho and Edge were tag team champions. And I loved how they brought back that angle. That Jericho and Edge were tag team champions. Jericho turned heel from there and then winds up winning the World Heavyweight Championship. It just came full circle, and I loved that. I loved how they booked this storyline between Edge and Jericho. At WrestleMania, Jericho defeated Edge to retain the title. After the match, Edge would be frustrated, spearing Chris Jericho through the barricade in the process at ringside. The rivalry ended after Edge defeated Jericho in a steel cage match at Extreme Rules. And then Jack Swagger won the Money in the Bank contract, cashed in his Money in the Bank at the following SmackDown after WrestleMania, defeating Jericho to become the World Heavyweight Champion. John Cena eliminated Batista from the Rumble match, which started a conflict between Cena and Batista. On the February 1st episode of Monday Night Raw, Cena rescued Bret Hart from an assault by Batista and Vince McMahon. After the show ended, Cena tried to help Hart, but was attacked by Batista. At the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, Cena made Triple H tap out to win the coveted WWE Championship from Sheamus in the Chamber match. After the match, McMahon ordered Cena to defend the title against Batista. Batista defeated Cena in a matter of seconds to win the coveted WWE Championship. At WrestleMania 26, Cena defeated Batista to regain the WWE title. Cena will retain the title against Batista in a last man standing match at Extreme Rules and an I Quit match at Over the Limit. Remember Over the Limit? Which forced Batista to quit WWE. After the Royal Rumble, Christian and Ezekiel Jackson continued to feud over the ECW Championship. On February 2nd, however, Vince McMahon, the chairman of the board, announced that ECW will be going off the air and would air its final episode on February 16th. On the final episode of ECW, Jackson defeated Christian in an Extreme Rules match to become the final ECW champion in history. Afterwards, the ECW brand was discontinued, retiring the ECW championship. A lot of shit to cover. A whole lot of shit to cover. If you guys saw WrestleMania 26, you guys will see what I just mentioned. It was a crazy aftermath. Very crazy aftermath. I still love how Edge and Jericho revisit their rivalry, especially after they were tag team champions. Taker and Michaels, you guys know how I felt about that matchup. That matchup was good, but was it better than WrestleMania 25? No, it wasn't. Cena and Batista, we kind of knew Cena was going to win the title at WrestleMania. We kind of figured that. And then ECW, obviously, it ended up going off the air. Nobody cared about that PG ECW. Nobody cared. But that is it, guys, for your Throwback Thursday pay-per-view review. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this review, guys, smash that like button as hard as you can. Be sure to comment down below what you guys thought of the 2010 Royal Rumble. Be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on bell for all notifications. And as soon as this video goes up, I will do another poll of one more Royal Rumble review. Obviously, we're doing 3 Royal Rumble reviews leading up to the Royal Rumble, which will be next Sunday night in Glendale, well, in Phoenix, Arizona, I should say, at Chase Field. I cannot wait for that Rumble pay-per-view. Thank you guys so much for watching. There will be a poll that will be up on 4 more Royal Rumble pay-per-views. It's up to you guys to vote on it. Like I said, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next Thursday for the next Throwback Thursday pay-per-view review. Talk to you guys later.